Welcome to CyberTalk, wherein we talk about the life and how it is to be a cyberbacker working from home. CyberTalk is powered by Cyberbacker, the leading provider of world-class admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our official website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. All right, so good day to everyone who's listening. Another episode for this week. Luckily, we are blessed with the presence of a few of our growth backers from the growth department of Cyberbacker. So we have Paul, we have Jason, Raphael, and Renan. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome.
Awesome.
Doing good.
Good. Everyone is good. How about you, Raph? Fantastic. All right.
Fantastic, yeah.
So how's the week so far? Everything good? No much problems or busy as always? Come
Busy
on.
as always, Gelo.
All right, busy as always.
Busy is good.
All right, so I know a few of our cyberbackers are here listening to the podcast and wondering what is a growth backer. So what is a growth backer in your thoughts? What does a growth backer do for cyberbacker? Let's say Paul.
Basically, again, like what I mentioned before in one of the meetings with our VP is how would you describe being in growth in general? It's basically if you're looking at a human body, we're kind of like the feet of Cyberbacker because we move forward in getting the clients and in which way we still carry the people on top of us. Again, we just lead, but still we punch out the load to make sure that we move forward.
Of course, it's a great comparison to feet. All right, so we have a very interesting topic for today, guys, okay? What we're going to talk about is motivation. What drives you to be the best that you can be here in Cyberbacker, being a part of the growth department? All right, so I have a few questions here. My first question will be for you, Paul. All right, how do you motivate yourself for work nowadays? Or maybe even when you started here at Growth?
Started and still today, especially if you have a set meeting for a client who you know for a fact is interested in getting a cyberbacker. Basically, that motivation that you have someone scheduled to talk to you, that you can entice to get a cyberbacker, that means you're helping that person grow their business, and then you're helping another person, which is the cyberbacker that he's gonna look for, right, for job security, to put food in the table. That's it. And of course, a little bit of motivation is after you sell the services, I get a little something to give to the missus. That's it.
Happy wife, happy life. Yeah, agree? Everyone agrees.
Agree.
Of course.
Totally.
So how about this one, Raf? What habits can you create to increase your motivation for work? Do you have any of these habits that you already have or some new habits that you're trying to, of course, add on?
The habit that I can share is being positive. Here in sales, we're always pressured, right? So we don't have any choice. But being positive, being negative, we have a choice. So my choice is to be positive. So that's the habit that I can share.
How about you, Renan? Do you have these same habits or do you have any other habits that you can share with our listeners today?
Just a few. When I started with Cyberbacker, I wasn't really reading. But when I started working with Cyberbacker, I read to feed my mind, and I work out to keep my strength and endure the late night activities brought by my job.
Oh, okay, that's good. Now let's go back to Raf. What is your best advice on keeping focused on the more important things, especially when there are distractions in your life?
Good question, Gelo. The best advice I can give is to keep your eyes on the prize. So what's the prize? That's our goal, right? So it's what you want to achieve. It's where you want to be at. So if in case there are distractions, you won't get affected because you know your purpose.
Purpose. I like that. I love that. Now, what habits? What are the goals you think, including your career goals, have you set for yourself? How about you, Jason? The next, let's say, 5 years from today.
Personally, I know for sure a lot of people would say it's for their family too. Same actually for me. It's for my family. Maybe getting a house of our own, building a business as well that would
Business.
generate money for the family, right? And of course, for my career, I would
Mm-hmm.
love to fully master my position right now, which is a growth backer, and manage maybe my own team further and
Mm-hmm.
expand. And of course, having my own division if I could, right? And once maybe that is done, then um, maybe we'll see what's gonna happen next, right? So yeah.
You really want to have your own team. I'm not sure if that's going to be within the next, but what I'm sure of, it's in the near future. Someone like you with great leadership. So don't worry about it. So, what steps do you need to take to move closer to these goals that you have, Jason?
Well, we always say here in the growth backer position, and actually as a cyber backer as a whole, that we grow every day by being in uncomfortable places
Mm-hmm.
and getting really more responsibilities, learning from your mistakes. Failing forward is what
There you go.
we really do, right? And once we learn from those mistakes, we grow, we learn more, and that's the steps that we really need to take further.
I love that. Failing forward. That's what you mentioned, right? Failing forward.
Yeah.
That is something I think that our cyberbackers, and not only our cyberbackers, also our clients need to think about once they're thinking about their goals in the future, right? And how about you, Paul? What's your motivation for working right now? Aside from the fact that, again, happy wife, happy life.
Uh, it's still the same thing. Again, most of the people that you're going to be talking to, even just cyberbackers, um, would be their family. For a great example, every single day, there's a time that there would come a time that you wouldn't have the energy to go to
Mm-hmm.
work, regardless what you did in the day. Sometimes, again, that happens. When you actually experience that, what I do though on my end is I always think about my little girls. I have two babies who still, you
Ah,
know, is on milk. So every single day I motivate myself that if ever I don't go to work, they wouldn't have nothing. So that what's pushing me, right? Not really dragging myself,
mhm.
okay, to work. That's very different. Dragging yourself to work is a no-no. But once you get in, like when you're in the gym, or let's say for an example for Renan, he works out. The very first thing that I know that's hard in working out is you gotta show up first.
Of
That's
course.
it. The other after that first hour, that's done. But that's what motivates me. For me to go into work or to start work, I would think of my kids. So
Because of your daughters. I love the family. How about you, Renan? Who is your greatest supporter right now? Where do you find the strength to pursue your goals here right now?
Well, my greatest support is always going to be my family. So it goes beyond my wife and my daughter, as it also includes my parents and everyone who believes in me. So my strength is, of course, still going to be my family. So more than the savings, we all can agree that we earn a lot here.
Mm-hmm.
But more than the savings, I want to leave a legacy. I want to make sure that my families, even when I'm gone, right, especially my daughter, that she's able
Mm-hmm.
to stand on her own, provide a good future for her and everything. So I guess pretty much that's what every parents would like.
Family, of course, for them to be stable, even again, if you're not working or retired
Right.
or not here anymore, right? Now, my
Exactly.
last question is for you, Raf. Do you feel like Cyberbacker has been a family to you? Are you getting the right amount of support from everyone in the team?
Gelo, I've been with a lot of companies
Mm-hmm.
before Cyberbacker. I've been with different call center companies. So I consider this as the best career choice I've made. You know why? The support.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's willing to support you whenever you need help. So these guys out here, they've been a very big help on where I am right now. So thank you guys. I now have a second family.
There you go. Family. I love that. Now, we're done with the serious part of the interview, right? As you know, we always have this fun segment of the podcast, Cyber Talk. Now, I have a few questions here. Might be a bit uncomfortable for a few, but not really. Let's see. Let's try and get to know more about the growth team. So, this is a question for everyone. Who do you ask for help in the team when needed the most? Who do you ask for? Who do you ask? Who do you call? Who do you chat? Who do you ask for help for in the growth division? Again,
Gabby.
Gab, okay. Gab for Raf. How about you, Raf?
Gabrielle.
Gabrielle.
I have Paul here. He was my mentor before. So
There.
until now, I ask him questions.
Ooh, that's nice. That's sweet. How about you, Paul?
The same. Either I go most of the time with just
Mhm.
regular things that I cannot ask Gab. Usually go
Mhm.
to her. But if I'm shy enough, I go to Renan first.
All right, so it's Gab, Paul, and Renan. Okay. Now, another question. Who is the scariest? No, not really scariest, but let's say the most unapproachable member of the growth team is the person that you would be shy to send a message to. Who do you think that is? Who would that be, gentlemen? Ralph?
I'll go with Renan.
Renan is the first one, okay. How about you, Jason? Paul, come on.
Again, Renan mentored me.
Mhm.
So it's easy for me to connect with him, especially
Mhm.
I know the type of questions that I can ask.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say the scariest one is perhaps Gab.
Gab,
Because
okay.
If you ask Gab a question and you knew for a fact that that question has been answered before,
Mhm.
has been discussed, she's gonna ask you questions first for you to try to figure it out on your own.
Then you'd
rather
have
than
your own
answering
answer.
it directly.
There you go.
You
How about you,
technically
Jason?
answered your own question. So,
How about you, Jason?
I'd really say no one, because every person here in Growthbacker you really can approach.
Mhm.
They really try to answer as much as they could your questions.
Mhm.
But maybe the person who most likely I wouldn't ask a question first is Renan.
Renan.
So-
Okay. Okay. How about you, Renan? Who's the person that you're not really scared of, but it's really hard for you to reach out to that person? Maybe they would listen to the podcast, maybe change a few things here and there. What's your opinion on this?
I would piggyback on what Jason mentioned. I don't
Mhm.
think that there's anyone that we cannot approach,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, we treat each and every one, we always say, as a family, right? So
Of course.
you can always reach out to your family, but of course, we have our different approaches when asking questions. Just like what Paul mentioned,
Mhm.
I also wanna again piggyback on what he said. Just like what Gab, he used Gab as an example. So Gab hates spoon feeding.
Yes.
So you can ask her questions. However, she's not gonna give you direct answers. So she would lead you to. She would ask you questions in a way that you would figure it out on your own.
Yes.
But that's
the
it.
way
Again,
she teaches.
just to
Yeah.
address your question, there's no one. It's just that we have different ways on how to address or
Approach.
answer a question.
Approach people as well. Okay. Now, who is the easiest one to approach in the team? The growth division. Easiest person. Easiest. No idea? Come on.
Person
Yeah,
to
easiest person
approach?
that you can send a message to.
Anyone.
Anyone.
the team.
Still, everyone agrees to that.
Same,
right?
yeah. Anyone.
Yeah, anyone.
But the most talkative person should be Paul. It's
Paul.
Paul.
There we
I do
go.
I would agree.
Yeah.
So everyone agrees. Paul, how about you, Paul? Do you agree that you're the most, let's say, what did you say, Jason? What was the word, most approachable? Or
Yeah, he's Mr. Congeniality.
there we go. Do you agree, Paul?
if you give me a sash, then yeah. But basically, what I did though, what I'm trying to look at in my role here at Growth is I could jive with anyone. That's
Mhm.
about it. You know, I could talk to the newbies. I could talk, to the persons like with Renan and Gab, who has been here, let's say, a couple of years before me, and still the one that started, or technically that started with me. What you call them, batchmates. So again,
Okay.
I jive I as much as possible. That's one of what you call it, mantras
Yes.
that I have. You're supposed to be nice to everyone.
Nice to everyone. Yeah, I remember when I first got here. That's one of the first things that I've heard from Paul. Be nice to everyone. Be friendly to everyone, because you never know when you're gonna need their help. All right, another question here. Who is the funniest in the team? Someone that would just mention a word, say a word, everyone would be laughing, everyone would be having a good time just because of this person. Any ideas? Any thoughts?
It's Raph. Even
Raph.
Jess
Yes.
says, or a lot of people, they see Raph's face. He doesn't even need to talk, and they already laugh. So
It's not a knock on Raph, guys. Everyone who's
I don't
listening.
know. I don't know if it's an insult or not.
There you go. It's not. I know it's not. How about
Just
you, Paul?
kidding.
Renan, any thoughts there?
It's the same. Again, that's one of the best things. When Raf was my first associate, when we were in training,
Mhm.
it always is happy at a given day, and he makes life easier moving forward. Even after he became a growth backer, at times, like what I
Mhm.
mentioned, at times you're gonna be down. What I do is on my break time, I go to his Zoom room and just ask questions, and let's just see if there's something funny to hear. So
There you go. There you go. How about you, Renan? Any thoughts about this?
Again, I would agree. It's Raf. It's just how he presents himself. It's not again, Raf. No offense. It's not a knock against you, but it's just that it's how you present yourself. There's a way. There's something in you wherein, just like what Jason mentioned, just simply by looking at you, knowing your personality, you can just laugh, right? But again, nothing against you. It's
Yes.
just that there's something about you that we cannot just contain ourselves, but just be happy.
Yeah. As what they mentioned, we're not laughing at you, we're laughing with you, right, guys? Okay. Now, another thing, I would be saying a word here, and I want to go around the group and ask what's the next thing that you think of once I say this word. Okay. What comes to your mind once I say this word? Okay. First word is leader. Let's go with you, Jason. Leader. What comes to your mind when I say leader?
Leader for
Mhm.
me is being there for the people.
Leader.
It's about the
Mhm.
people. Yeah.
About the people. All right, next word. This is for you, Raf. Motivation. What is motivation? What comes to your head when I say motivation?
My family.
Family. All right. Next one. Let's say Renan. Growth. What comes to mind when I say growth?
I'm sorry, grow.
Growth. Hmm.
It's basically how you improve on things. Like
Improve.
we,
Mhm.
I'm not sure with everyone here, but I came here not as a salesperson. I didn't have any background in selling. But as I go
Mhm.
along, being here for more than 2 years, I've grown into becoming a salesperson. So it means like experience, learnings, that's growing.
That's growing. All right. Last one here, Paul. This word is cyberbacker. What comes to your mind when I say cyberbacker?
Cyberbacker, still one of the greatest things that I always say is it's a family. Even our CEO thinks of everyone as family.
Mm-hmm.
He takes care of everyone, especially that's the reason why we have profit share. So again, that for me was one of the best things that I learned when I came here. That I knew
Mhm.
for a fact that someone leading us is not just someone who gives you tasks to do.
Mhm.
He Craig, he himself can do those things. It's just that he needed help. Needed help to grow and provide job security to the people who are in need. So
All right, cyberbacker. So, gentlemen, those are all of the questions that I have for you. You guys can relax now. But a final thought for everyone. Is there anything that you'd like to share with our listeners today about cyberbacker, to our clients that are listening today? Is there anything that you'd like to share with them? Let's say maybe say, Raf, anything you'd like to share?
If you want to have a second family, so go with Cyberbacker.
Cyberbacker. All right. Anyone else? Let's say Paul.
if ever you guys are working in a call center and it's so bummed in not being able to celebrate the holidays with your family, most of the times even Craig himself reaches out to clients so you wouldn't have to work on Christmas and New Year's. So
Christmas, New Year's with family. Who wouldn't want that, right? Jason, how about you?
I'd say with Cyberbacker, you're always a step closer to your goal because we always say together we can do more. So, yeah.
Together we can do more. Brennan, how about you?
Well, for me, I can simply say that Cyberbacker can make impossible a possibility and dreams into a reality.
Dreams into reality. I love that. So, everyone who's listening, thank you very much for your time. I know this has been a very busy week, as always, here in Growth, correct? Paul, Jason, Raf, Renan, thank you very much for your time. We'll be talking to you real soon. Again, visit our websites, of course, for you to know more about who we are, Cyberbacker. Have a great week, guys. Take care.
Thanks for having us, Gelo.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to our weekly episode of Cyber Talk. Tune in again next week for a brand new episode. Visit our official website www.cyberbacker.com and don't forget to like Cyberbacker on Facebook and Instagram. I'll see you again next week, and don't forget, make life bigger with Cyberbacker. Till next time.